Hello, and welcome to Gunnar Weiskamp's Web Development. Here we are at Lesson 8, Part 1. Today, looking at Angular Single Page Application, also known as SPA, routing using the HTTP service in a more sophisticated manner, and .NET MVC within Angular. So first, today, we are covering single page application. What is SPA? Using this Angular technique, you allow one page to act as a housing page, while the other page's HTML contents will be injected into it. Next topic, using Angular routing, you can enable your site to navigate from page to page. Angular routing is in its own download module, and so you have to add it separately to your application. We'll also show you how you can get information into your Angular web page via MVC.net using the Angular HTTP service. So in other words, we're going to use MVC to get into the C# side of things, get information out of there, and display that on your HTML page via Angular. So this could be useful if you want to use Angular in your application to get database information out. This tutorial will be split in two because we're covering a fair amount of subjects. Right, so whoops, I always clicked too quickly. Sorry, if you want to build the application, I'm using 2013 Visual Studio. So here in A, just do new project, and then the next picture here in B, do Net Framework 4.5 and make sure this guy's selected. ASP.NET Web Application. You can put your app wherever you deem fit. In the third picture, number C here, make sure empty is selected and MVC. We want an empty MVC application. Okay. Hope that picture comes up clear on your screen. Oops, I clicked again too quickly. Right, so where are we? So once you've created your application there, you can create these two pictures here. First of all, you need to install Angular, as I've done here, as you can see, but you also need to install Angular routing, which is this module here. Again, you can go up to Angular and download these objects and then just copy them. Normally in your scripts folder is a good place for them to be. Angular routing is separate, as I'll repeat, a separate object to the normal Angular folders. So let's get rid of that. So we've installed Angular and Angular routing. That's in our scripts folder there. You might want to at this stage add a child folder as well. I'll talk a bit more about that later on. And you'll want to add a index page here, which is that one, just in your root folder here, which is there. And in my scripts folder, I've got my scripts folder there, which is this guy over here, which we're going to do all our Angular coding in. So that's our folder set up, all ready to go. First of all, let's go from left to right. We've got here just an empty Angular file, but one interesting thing here, we can see that we're injecting ng-route into our Angular module. You'll need to inject that route for the routing capabilities, which we're going to put in here in a minute to work. So that's when you're injecting dependencies that the rest of the Angular code needs, and they're at modular level, you have to inject them here, and ng-route being a typical example of that. As you can see here, I've just put in my Angular scripts. You can see here that's a normal Angular file, and you can see here this is our Angular route, and this is my script here. Have I missed something there? Oh yeah, the thing is important to point out is this little guy. Make sure you have him paste it in there. For paging and for a certain mechanic process of the single page application, that guy needs to be up there. So make sure base href is in that process there. And you're set to go, really. So let's grab some code. Right, step one. So a good place to start. Let's grab our HTML. Put him in here. Let's grab our Angular code. I think that's everything, and put him here. So let's go from left to right, I guess, again, and explain what we're looking at here. So here are some new processes which revolve around routing and Angular routing. This config is called when the Angular app loads up, and we're passing in two services, the route provider and the location provider. Now, the route provider is a big player in the routing process. It allows a lot of the magic to happen. So you need this when creating a single page application for this all to happen. Within the route provider is certain mechanics which also are needed to make everything happen. And yeah, let's explain them. So first of all, here you can see this when word. So when this app loads up, it'll go in here, it'll say when this home directory is called, this directory here, we're going to use this template URL, which is connected to this HTML page here. So yeah, when I didn't want to sort of explain, this is connected to a HTML page here. So in other words, when this href here tag is clicked, it will locate this piece of code here, use this HTML page for the process, which is found in our child directory here. So that's the home guy HTML there. So that's how that process works. It's also connected. You can also say which controller this page will be connected to. And in this case, it's going to be our home controller, and you can also use controller as like an alias that it's going to be connected to. So this process is sort of connected to the page in a way over here, while these will be connected to the actual Angular code. So this tells Angular which control and which part of the code to use. We've got two directories that we're going to demonstrate here initially, and so this my courses will function when you click on this guy here, and it'll call the my courses HTML over here. Okay, let's just get rid of him for now. Let's not get everything too confused. And the other properties of this is the same as the one above it. It has its own courses controller, which is here. Right, the location provider has to, well, is good to put in because it stops a certain peculiarity called HTML Angular. What is it called? Hashbang to work properly. But I'm just going to put it out there and say, put this guy in because he is cool. So work with me a little bit there. Forgive me. In our actual controllers, we're just going to do something simple. We've got a message here. You can see we're not parsing scope. You can also use the this word instead if you want. I just wanted to demonstrate that. The this word works the same as if you were passing the scope word here. So the message item will be showing up in our home page somewhere as an expression, but I'll demonstrate that a little bit in 2 seconds. The courses controller, we're going to pass two courses to this page. The courses controller obviously maps over here to our my courses HTML, and we've got an array here of JSON object. which is going to show the date of a course and the name of a course. So let's briefly look at our HTML here. Remember, you've got to have your apps set at a certain top level there. As I sort of explained with our hrefs, this will call this, and this will call this, and they have their relevant pages here and here in our directory. Now onto an interesting part here. We don't actually have a class. See, let's get rid of that. We don't have that anymore. So this, you're all looking at this. Wow, what's this guy do? He looks weird. This is the NG view. This is an important part of the single page application process, because in here is going to be injected all the child page HTML. So let me explain here. This index page is the housing page that I talked to you about. It is the housing page. So we've got a website header here and a website footer here. These two items will be shown on each page. This is where our child pages, so our home HTML will be injected in here by the magic of Angular. So let's open up home, and this guy is just, what can we do here? Don't know. Whoa, look at that. Wow. Okay. Can I? Whoa, let's. So all this HTML here will be injected into here when it's called. And you can see here we're using an alias to show a message of the home controller. And here is its expression, that message, which will be shown here. So that's sort of how it works in a convoluted fashion. Page is called, you click on this goes into here, goes into its controller, sets up a message, and somewhere in between all that, all this HTML is injected into here, our ng view. That's the ng view element. So I should have mentioned then, I guess, to make this properly work, you'll need to, in this child folder, you'll need to, at this stage, just add the home HTML. So just add that HTML in there into your home HTML. And you'll need to add a My Courses HTML. My Courses, I put in a little bit something different there, something a little bit, just something that'll, make us think a little bit more. In our My Courses page here, you can see we've got a table, ng repeat. We're just going to go through these objects here and display them on the screen using the ng repeat, which I have discussed in other tutorials as well. So at this stage, if I save everything, and we refresh this, we've got stuff there. Stuff, yay, we have stuff. Stuff is good. Let's have a quick look at what we're seeing here. Oh god damn it, no. I wanted to show the HTML here. So you can see we've got our website header here. That always comes up, and the website footer here. And we've got our links here. If we click on home, it worked. We can see it's a bit clunky the way I'm showing things here, but you can see here that, oops, we need to have a look in here. Come on. You can see the hi to my home page, hi to my home page. The message is coming up from here, home page, and you can still see this website header come up in the website footer and our menu here. So these contents have been put into our ng view and we can still see our header and our footer. So you have a single page application. If we go back and we click on my courses, voila, we can see that our courses here have been shown. So it's gone into this controller here. We've got our C# course there and our Angular courses and the dates against that, and we still got our website header and our website footer. So we've got 2 pages here displaying in one page. It's become a single page application. So that's routing single page application, the basics of it. Yeah, it can be quite a powerful technique sometimes, dependent on the circumstance. Okay, so that's part 1. In the next parts, we'll do some functionality of using MVC with this single page application and inject some information in there from MVC. Alright, I hope that was helpful, and thanks for viewing. Bye.